We are back for season 3 of the Random Legends series. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking out the video. Let's head. We do have Andre the Giant back this season. He's really excited about this race. We'll just send it to him, see what he's got going on.
Thanks there, Wayne. Your name is Wayne Dead Willie. We'll talk about that later. We're taking a big heaping pile of a warm-up lap here at Daytona. This is the Daytona 500, probably one of the biggest races ever, I think. The social media is abuzz. The grid is showing right now. Bob Ross, the painter, has the pole. I'm not exactly sure where we are in the grid there, Wayne. But yeah, Bob Ross on the pole. William Shakespeare on the front row as well. Front row Willie, they call him. The Beatles there in the top 10. Again, I have no idea where we're at in the grid. Wayne Dead Willie in the Unical car. He's number 76. He's starting 26. Got Miley Cyrus back there, P35. And Reese Witherspoon back there, P38. And the Three Amigos and Robin Hood. Shotgun on the field. The crowd is going nuts right now. You can barely hear yourself. You can barely hear yourself down here on pit road. Pace cars off. They're coming right at me. We're gonna be going green here. Another season is underway on YouTube. So we'll send it up to Wayne there, or down, or out there to Wayne in the car. I don't know exactly what's going on right now. So there you go, Wayne.
All right, thanks, Andre. I don't think he was prepared for that hot intro. But yeah, my name's Adam. I am driving as Wayne Dead Willie, and I'll eventually show that somewhere. I just put old NASCAR driver Dave Marcus or something into an AI art generator and came up with that face. And then I was on a racing name randomizer somewhere on Google or on the internet, and I found it just came up as Wayne Dead Willie. I was like, yeah, I'll take that one. One thing you haven't seen yet, unless you were eagle-eyed in the grid, you haven't actually seen what your car looks like if you own these cars. So we have 16 commenters that own 2 cars each, and then I own the remaining 7, and then I am the final 8th, or the final 40th, I should say. But we'll start calling these cars out here. Make sure we don't call them trucks. Robin Hood there in the Robin Hood Flower Camaro. That's CMR21 owns that car. And I'm getting really... Well, CMR21's right here with Harry Balls right in front of us. That's Harry Balls in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Hopefully no one's below me here. Up top there is Bart Simpson. Or no, that's Russ Wheeler from Days of Thunder. That's Rocker 105 owns that car. Campbell Racing in front of me. That's Miley Cyrus. In the Remax, that's homage to one of my favorite truck paint schemes from the 90s. Over here in the Pop Corners Camry, that is Walter White from Breaking Bad. B.B. Ruiz is the owner there. We'll find Reese Witherspoon, B.B. Ruiz's other car, in the field somewhere. There's Jennifer Kay. She is the owner of the Dale Earnhardt machine there. Good wrench. I saw Willie Shakespeare up top, number 9, driving the Bass Pro Shop car for no reason. There's Sally Ride in the Space Shuttle car. Rocker 105, teammates with Russ Wheeler. And there's Harry Carey, the Cubs announcer, Campbell Racing. That's Miley Cyrus's teammate for Campbell Racing. There's Joe Montana for AC Racing. Up top, there in the Coopertone car that we'll see sometime this season, obviously, is Wendy Peppercorn. Truxell owns that car. Jennifer Kay right here in the Wood Brothers car. That's George Costanza from Seinfeld. That's the Human Fund. The pole sitter here, Filsky 24, that is Bob Ross, the painter. And his teammate right in front of him, John McClane. That's supposed to be a New York City cop car. Jules Winfield was up there in the Rusty Wallace Virginia draft car. And then we got Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, up there in the number 22 Crocs Toyota. That's Mako Sato. I'm going with that pronunciation until I'm corrected. Mako Sato. They also own the Golden Girls that we'll see in the field. Speedy Gonzalez up there in the 12. We're not going to see him yet. And we didn't put the Miley Cyrus timer on there. There's just too much excitement, too much drama. Just it's like borderline sexual. I don't think I'm talking as Andre right now, but it's just exciting to start the season. Up top in the 23 DoorDash car, that's Paul Revere, DoorDash. The Beatles there in the number 4. That's Big Sad Carrie. Big Sad Carrie also owns the Jules Winfield Rusty Wallace car. Up there in the Richard Petty 43. That is R.L. Stein. RFY Racing, but it's RFY Drummer is the commenter, or the screen name on the commenter. They also own Gumby, that we'll see somewhere in the field. Mario Lemieux up there in the 66. That's owned by Bryce, who also owns Dr. Jerry Punch somewhere in the field. Up here, Jacob and Deanna are back for another season. They have Bret the Hitman Hart, and they also have Chuck Nolan from Castaway in the Denny Hamlin FedEx car. Behind me, one of the more clever tongue-in-cheek sponsors in the 3M car, or the 3 Amigos. That's one of my teammates. Muhammad Ali up here in the Mobile 1. We'll talk about that. I don't know. You just run out of... I wanted to make like a Honey Nut Cheerios, like sting like a bee, but it was wild. All right, there's Walter Sobchak right here in the Folgers Mark Martin-inspired car. That's owned by Donnie L., who also owns William Shakespeare. Up here in the number 28, we'll talk about that eventually. That is Pee Wee Herman, my teammate. I wanted a fire red car to match his bike. Then I needed a sponsor, and then I remembered, or I was looking up pictures from Big Adventure, and I saw that he was, Winston sponsored the rodeo series in that part of the movie, and it's perfect. So we've come up to the front with Robin Hood. Pretty impressive here. There's Miley Cyrus. We've talked about her in the Remax Red, White, and Blue Party in the USA. That's going to be our new Bee Gees song for the timer. Up there is Bart Simpson. It's Angel Olvera. He's the owner of that car. Angel Olvera also owns Elton John. That's a car we have not seen yet. And we gotta hope everybody's, he's in 40th, that's why. We are 9 laps in. We have one random caution. I did throw up a race analysis. 70 laps. Moderate damage. I mean, let's just hope there aren't any cars that get damaged and mess up the field, but what we want to do is get out and lead a lap somewhere. There's just so much information to throw at you. I'm also going to somewhere put up the explanation of the points system, which, once you read it once or twice, you get it. Really simple stuff. We are doing that top 3 fastest drivers get a bonus point. You lead a lap, you get a bonus point. You lead the most laps, you get a bonus point. And here we go. So if the track and if the videos seem a little bit off, that's because to get this next gen mod to run, to get the game to run the next gen mod, you have to change a few things in the settings. One thing is you can't have any trackside objects can't have shadows, because if the shadows land on the cars, the game crashes or something. So if something feels a little bit off and your spidey sense is tingling that something feels weird, that's what that is. Oh boy. Pop corners, that's actually a paint scheme I made. A lot of these cars have paint scheme templates that people have made that I've credited them on the actual paint schemes, but we are really tight right now. Three Amigos. Reese Witherspoon behind me there in the Reese's. You could pretty much have guessed what her sponsor was going to be. Very embarrassing paint. That was like the first paint scheme I made on these next-gen cars. Just really basic and bland. That's my middle name. Oh man, it's just good. It's just fun. I mean, it's just fun to get back to these videos. Haven't been racing for a while. I've had a busy ass summer. We'll eventually talk about that. I usually save that kind of special stuff for New Hampshire because it's boring, but we're not running New Hampshire. And I'll throw up the schedule eventually. The kickoff special, I randomized the schedule, but we are going to have I've made some minor tweaks to it since the end of that video, but Wayne Dead Willie did lead that lap. We have not lost anybody off the field, which is good. We're about halfway through this first pit window, I guess. And around halfway through the pit window is when I do a kind of a field summary situation, but there's no reason. And I know Andre's going to be upset that we're not featuring him here in the first race of the season, but it's kind of silly because if you know how I do the snapshots, I'll hit slow-mo and you can see the standing, see where your car's at. But I mean, we have all the cars bunched together. Can at least give you the standings here. And I was once again trying to figure out an auto script, for this to automatically do it. Every 5 minutes, simulate hitting F1 on the keyboard and simulate every 10 seconds hitting the down arrow, but it's not meant to be. All right, we're gonna spice it up. We're not gonna lead this whole race. Let's go to the top. Let them pull up ahead, and looks like we're gonna see some new cars here. I already see 3 or 4 of them we haven't seen yet. We'll be getting a good look at Reese Witherspoon here, and then we got Chuck Nolan from Castaway, Whitney Houston in the Del Jarrett car. There's Harry Balls in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. And we got Betty Rubble in the Cocoa Pebbles. She also has a Fruity Pebbles paint scheme. There's Gumby in the Rubbermaid number 10 Toyota. Dr. Jerry Punch coming up here in the ESPN number 30 car. Carmen Sandiego. That's B Spinney owns Betty Rubble and Carmen Sandiego there. Carmen Sandiego, of course, taking a big risk this season. Hoping none of the NASCAR fans tell the world where she is, because that's like her whole thing. There's William Shakespeare in the Bass Pro Shops tracker Toyota. We did see Dr. Jerry Punch up there. Whitney Houston, her car is inspired by what I consider to be the greatest rendition of the Star Spangled Banner ever at a sporting event, maybe ever, period. At Super Bowl 25. It was just such a perfect storm. Desert Storm. But I mean, you had two teams were red, white, and blue, Bills and Giants, and it was during a really emotional time in the country. And she just freaking nailed that anthem. So that's why she's driving the number 88 Dale Jarrett quality car. So, who's leading this thing right now? Is that Gumby? And that's Carmen Sandiego. The whole world knows where she's at now. Or, yeah. Everybody. All right. Bob Ross started on the pole. He's back in 40th. Making out with R.L. Stein. Maybe. They might be. And then listen. I know it's the year 2023 and people pick their own pronouns, do whatever. Basically, I don't. Some of the commenters, if I use the wrong pronouns, I apologize. I'm going to try to use they, them where I can to be safe. I just don't want to, just kind of mess up your day. I don't know. Just trying to be considerate, that's all. Larry Bird behind me. One of my teammates. And then we also have Jolly Green Giant somewhere in the field. And I think there's one or two cars we haven't seen yet. There's Elton John behind me right now in the Rocket Mortgage car. And, when I started making all these random, stupid paint schemes and cars a couple of years ago, I was like, man, I wonder how many of these series can I run. And, I mean, I have like a running list on my phone. I mean, I have like 100 more ideas. Pretty incredible that, I mean, some are just stupid. And eventually we're just going to run out of steam, but these are still funny. I mean, we're on lap 20. We have, I'd say, 6-7 laps until pit stops. Wendy Peppercorn was really pushing me up there. Oh, there's the. Oh, there we go. There's the Golden Girls coming in the Jeff Gordon AARP car. The one thing that probably makes your brain twitch is seeing some of these traditional numbers on different makes and models. I mean, having that 24 on a Toyota, it's like, oh, what? But it's just one aspect of making all these cars and stuff that I just did not want to think about. I mean, you just gotta step back and take a breath. That's all. Realize what you're upset about. You're upset that I put number 24 on a Toyota on a YouTube racing season, and the Golden Girls are driving the car. So I mean, just keep that in perspective and relax. That's all. Whoa, Bob Ross. I wonder how many times I'm going to mention him being in a happy little accident. He almost caused one right there. Got to put rookie stripes on the back of that thing. Muhammad Ali here. He's teammates with Wendy Peppercorn. Maybe the dark horse in our season. That team. Jolly Green Giant behind me. Andre has vandalized his car and his pit box. We do have a random caution this race. We will be running random cautions all season, except, we'll play it by ear. William Shakespeare. We're seeing a lot of William Shakespeare early here in the Great American Race. And all these cars are created equal. We got the Pennzoil Copter Cam up there all season, the Pennzoil Blimp. And, I mean, I'm doing all these ESPN graphics. I don't know, just having fun. Those will be the graphics all season, pretty much.
Clear, clear. We're in the top 10, but we still got work to do. Let's go. I think we got the truck to beat today.
We'll do peppercorn here.
Car outside. Stay low.
She knows exactly. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Stay low.
We still have not lost anyone. I think by this time we had lost Conan O'Brien in our previous season. Season one's Daytona 500 champion was Wright Finkel, and season 2 was Fleetwood Mac. So, I'm not sure who's going to win this one. I mean, it really is a crapshoot. We got a yellow. Oh, that's the random caution.
Keep digging. Right back to the strike. Okay, we're under caution.
All right.
Lower up. Get behind the 51 car.
This is going to be wild. Some of these leaders,
We're in the top 10, but we still got work to do. Let's go.
those 4 leaders did not take the yellow yet.
Let him past ya.
So
Let him past ya.
we're basically just going to
Let him past ya.
we're basically just going to coast here. What's he yelling about? We're going to coast here until those leaders take the yellow, and then we're all going to catch up to them. Hopefully the field doesn't bunch up and wreck here.
Pit road is closed.
All right, we're going to see a bunch of hot pit stops here. Let's send it to Andre the Giant, and he's going to see what's going on in pit road, Andre.
Yeah, we got to talk about those 4 cars that pitted before the
Road is open for business.
before the actual caution came out. Hang on, Wayne Deadwilly's trying to pit here.
Get in front of,
Has
the
to concentrate.
29 car. The pace cars in the tri-oval. The pace cars exiting the tri-oval.
Wayne Deadwilly can't find his pit stall.
Stop you at the
There it
end of
is.
pit road there.
Let's hope Walter White does not bang into him here. Or, you know what I'm talking about.
Go. Get going there.
Oh.
5 is the speed limit.
He did.
55, 4,000 in second.
Damn it.
Cars
So-
in turn 1.
Come on, back up.
5 is the speed limit. 55, 4,000
I forget what button it is to back up. There we go.
Cars in turn 2. Even under
Wayne
5,
Deadwilly's having some trouble there
4,000
on pit road. Just moderate damage. He should be okay.
4,000 in second.
So we'll be all right.
The pace cars on the back straight. Clear pit lane. Get going there. Get behind the 14.
But we had some cars pit before that. I don't know. So
Murder when he can.
All right, getting ready for the restart. We had Reese Witherspoon and George Costanza pit there. And Reese Witherspoon's acting all weird at the back of the pack. Or everybody pitted, but George Costanza and Reese Witherspoon pitted the next lap after everyone else did. And we got some cars making moves here. Hopefully everything didn't get too junked up. But it looks like they hung back and dominated us right there. But I want to make sure my car is not damaged. I looked at that little dust up with Walter White. It's not showing up on my pit bullshit, so we should be fine. And those pit stops did come early. I was thinking lap 26 through 28, but it was 24 through 26. And those 4 cars that led the field to the green here, John McClain, Chuck Nolan, Betty Rubble, somebody else, and Walter Sobchak, they all were on pit road when that random caution came out, and you really want that to happen at another track, at any other track other than the restrictor plate tracks, because you could have really flipped your fortunes there. and restarted wherever you were, and then you restart at the front of the pack. Unlimited track position you gain, but at Daytona you can easily lose everything or gain everything back. So with a 24, oh, Steve Irwin pitting. That is strange. Thankfully that was, it wasn't anticipated, but thankfully that didn't hurt us. Him just diving onto pit road. What we got to do, though, is latch on to Mario Lemieux and Speedy Gonzalez here. We do not want to lose this pack. George Costanza giving us a push. We do want the three wide situation up there is really going to help us. That's going to slow these cars down. We should be able to catch up to them, especially through the tri-oval here. They are going to slow down a little bit to make their way through the tri-oval. Hopefully. We're barely hanging on to this back of this pack. This is a very precarious moment of the race here. I'm using the hill, trying to gain whatever speed I can. I'm in concentration mode here. I just really gotta get back into this pack. We do not want to lose this pack. Miley Cyrus, you're in trouble because I cannot put I am not touching my brakes. So that's Miley Cyrus there in the 46. There's Sally Ride. This field is just we're 3 wide, 20 deep, or 10. You know what I mean? This is the whole field 3 wide. Steve Irwin didn't DNF. He's on the lead lap. I want to make sure the 3 Amigos stay on this pack. Speaking of which, why do I care about the 3 Amigos? Well, they're one of my teammates. And I'm still trying to think of a system of giving away some money here this season. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet or how that's going to work. We're going to have an owner's there's Elton John. We're going to have an owner's championship that runs all season. No halfway awards, no nothing, just straight up all season. And I don't know. I want to sit down and figure something out. I do want to give away some money, nothing crazy, and I do want to give myself incentive to win. I am going to start the season like 50. I started the previous season 30 points in the hole. I'm going to start this season 50 points in the hole and see what I can do with that. Just hot racing action here. Nobody's fallen off the pack, or the 3 Amigos have fallen off of the pack. Steve Irwin, the field is going to be catching up to him. I'm guessing he just pitted for fun. And he's not slow. There's Jolly Green Giant. Of course, Andre the Giant has vandalized his car. Jim Montana, a teammate of mine. But yeah, I was talking about Steve Irwin earlier, the Crocodile Hunter, because we are going to be... The field is going to be they're coming up on him quick. And hopefully it doesn't cause an accident, doesn't split up the field.
showing the cross flag there. We're halfway home.
Crocodile Hunter, obviously.
Who outside?
Crocodile Hunter, of course, owned by Mako Sato,
Who outside?
along with the Golden Girls. There's Benedict Arnold. It's a real controversial team, period, for R.A. Kaiser. He owns Benedict Arnold and Speedy Gonzalez, which, Speedy Gonzalez, we'll talk about all the, the resounding opinion on the internet from people that live in Mexico is they love Speedy Gonzalez. Yeah, there's some stereotype, some tropes going on in those cartoons that aren't the best in 2023, but I don't know. It's above my pay grade. Speedy Gonzalez is a funny name, and I don't know. Like growing up, watching Speedy Gonzalez commercial or Speedy Gonzalez cartoons made me want to go to Mexico. It didn't make me it didn't make me go, oh man, Mexicans are lazy or whatever they did, because that's what some of the tropes are in the cartoon and whatnot. But that's the last thing on my mind. I was like, man, I want to go to Mexico and run around and shoot guns and shit. I don't know, man. Like I said, above my pay grade. I just wanted to make an avocados from Mexico car. All right, here we go. We're on lap 39. Steve Irwin has blended seamlessly back into the field. And as for me, my car is not damaged. I've been able to get back into this pack. Three Amigos, though, are the only car off the pack, 15 seconds back. We'll be coming up on. We'll be beginning lap 40 of 70 here at the line, and we are going to have pit stops, I think, in about 14 laps.
A lot of hot, exciting action out on the track.
Nobody knows who's in the lead right now. Jolly Green Giant in the lead. Walter Sobchak, Benedict Arnold up here, Carmen Sandiego, and of course Wayne Deadwilly in the top 10.
Long program puts you in the action.
Can we stop?
Why?
Well, I'm fine, but Blotty really needs to stretch his legs.
Well, we're kind of winning.
Can't you call a timeout?
Doesn't work that way.
Oh, that's better.
I could pit.
NASCAR on ESPN. Come along for the ride.
Still there. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Car high there. Stay low, car on top. 3 wide, who outside? Car outside.
Oh man, they're racing like it's the final lap. We had a 4 wide situation there, it looked like. We were on lap 47. We got 24 to go. We do have pit stops coming, I'd say, in the next 6-7 laps. I was going to wait until lap 50, but that was making my thing tingle a little bit when I saw that going 4 wide. But thankfully, everybody survived. We still have not lost anybody. We are coming up on the 3 Amigos in the next few laps, and they're probably going to blend in just like Steve Irwin did. And I'll tell you what, this Daytona 500 is going to come down to these pit stops here. You have to have hot pit stop. Harry Carey going up the track. Somebody's pitting here. Yeah, it looks like that was Chuck Nolan from Castaway. We do have pit stops. Somebody else on pit road as well. And boy, I don't know. That's right on the window here. That's interesting. I mean, tell you what, those were the cars that pitted right on the beginning of the window. I don't know. I think Chuck Nolan was one of those cars that pitted before, as the caution fell. I don't know. Hopefully Miley Cyrus is not pitting here.
Hold your line. Car outside. Rewind. 2 of them outside. Car high there. Next car is the leader.
Maybe that was a unscheduled pit stop. Beatles are pitting. I need some help. Me and Joe Montana. We're gonna.
The leader is now on pit road.
That's a teammate.
P1
Joe Montana. We're gonna be pitting with Broadway Joe here. Or no, that's Broadway Joe's Joe Namath, right? Joe Cool is Joe Montana. Right? Or Joe Burrow's Joe Cool? I don't know. We'll talk about all these. We'll talk about Joe Montana this season. All right. We're going in with Larry Bird. This is 2 teammates, Larry Bird and Joe Montana, 2 athletic greats, both ended up on my team from the Wheel of Destiny. We got to just let everyone go.
Limit 55, 4,000 in second. Oh, we got a yellow. Yellow.
Do I pit here?
Come on, keep digging. Race back to the stripe. There's debris all over the track out there.
I can pit here.
Is now on pit road. Okay, we're hitting the home stretch here.
I can pit here.
Go.
All right, a lot of banging.
Go, go, go. Get going there. 5 is the speed limit. 55. 4,000 in second. The pace cars exiting the tri-oval. Hey, watch your speed. 4,000 in second. Clear pit lane. Get going there. Okay. We're under caution there. Lower up. Get behind the 51 car.
All right.
Merge when you can.
All right, we have debris. Oh, we had a big wreck here, gang. All I heard was debris on the track. I didn't hear anything about a wreck. But we had hot action on pit road. I don't know what happened here, gang. You may have seen it by now. I don't know what I did with the simulcast. I haven't seen this yet. Looks like it was pretty rough. Let's just hope everyone's made it out okay. All right, you probably watched it live, but we're gonna jump into the replay here. Paul Revere gives Steve Irwin the business, takes out Chuck Noland. We'll see if Bret Hart's damaged, but that's not the end of this because Betty Rubble gets her DNF by slamming into Chuck Noland, and Jules Winfield is not going to be in good shape either. Gumby gets through. Harry Balls just sneaks through. Man, that is close, Harry Balls. Let's go on board with Harry Balls. Man, very close call. And it seems like everybody else kind of got through this. Okay. But there's going to be some beat-up cars. And then on the next lap, something happened. There was got a call out of a spin on pit road. I'm not exactly sure. Trying to find me. I remember seeing somewhere on lap 52 there was a spin on pit road. And we just did this. But we have, I don't know what Muhammad Ali's doing here. Oh. He took a whack from 66. And yeah. So Muhammad Ali's hanging out. We'll see what's going on. All right, Andre, take us to the green here.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. We're gonna have 14 laps to go at the line. A lot of chaos there. Obviously, we had some extra pit, extra what do you call caution laps? Took like we had like 5 or 6 caution laps when we usually only have like 3. But here we go. We got green with 14 laps to go at the Daytona 500. We're gonna have to see what cars are wounded, what cars are still alive. We're gonna let this play out a while, but you got to be happy if you're Harry Carey here. Harry Carey going for the lead after restarting in P2. You spend all winter just caressing your car's breasts in the wind tunnel, and just trying to just have it just perfectly molded for this crisp Florida air. And Harry Carey right now for Campbell Racing, getting the job done. He's in exactly where he wants to be. We're coming to 13 to go here. Wayne Deadwilly in second. Wayne, that's you. Elton John back there behind Wayne Deadwilly. We're not seeing too many cars take on damage here, Wayne. We'll take a couple more laps and see what cars are damaged. But we do have the 3 Amigos and Steve Irwin 1 lap down, Muhammad Ali 3 laps down, and Paul Revere, an AC Racing car, and Betty Rubble for B Spinney got the DNF. Jules Winfield took a big hit, but he's actually ahead of Harry Balls right now in the standings, but we'll see how that shakes out at the back of this pack. And a storyline that's we haven't talked about is Wayne Deadwilly is going for his first ever Daytona 500 victory on the internet. That's something to think about as well. Looks like everybody is up to speed except for Chuck Nolan. Chuck Nolan's dropped off, but it seems like everyone else is up to speed. So anyway. We'll take it up to we'll send it to Wayne here with these. He's gonna be coming to 11 to go at the line, Wayne.
Yep. I have no idea how I'm what to do there with throwing it to Andre, and I have no idea the dynamic's so weird. I did have visions of in the bottom right. If you're familiar with NR2003, then at the same time, I might still be showing the big replay action here. But in the bottom right of the regular screen is the standings and everything. That looks different from the stock NR2003 standings. It's because Mystical at Armory Digital made, user interface enhancement stuff. And this is still the best one that I enjoy using, even though there's dozens and dozens of combinations you can make. And I wanted to make one that looked like a fast pass, with my car, and that's just too much role playing. But anyway, I don't know. That's Andre, the pit reporter, and I'm Wayne Deadwilly in my car. I don't know. It can't hurt. I don't know what I'm going to do with the point system and how I'm going to give away money to non-me. But no matter what, it can't hurt to have my teammate leading the race right now. And I tell you what, we got to let Angel Olvera, if they're watching, they're probably like, just let Elton John go, and I'm going to let him go. I'm not going to just hold him up. I'm going to try to just lay in the cut right now and try to be there at the end when it counts. Benedict Arnold up here for R.A. Kaiser. We got Russ Wheeler, Jolly Green Giant coming up behind Russ Wheeler. Elton John did not get to the front at all. Miley Cyrus, there's a sleeper. Walter White. Wendy Peppercorn behind me for Truxell. Walter White is owned by BB Ruiz. RFY Drummer has R.L. Stein coming up. And we got B Spinney with Carmen Sandiego here in the 7, trying to salvage the Daytona 500 after losing Betty Rubble. And then we got Bryce with Mario Lemieux back there coming up. We got a lot of, there's 16 different owners This just anything can happen here. This is just the hot racing action that you've come to expect on this channel, and that I always promise to deliver. And you'll see on Mary Lemieux's car, or pretty much all the cars, Yoo-Hoo did not appreciate us bashing them all season in our truck season, so they did not renew their sponsorship of the Pole Award. It is the Superflow Pole Award, though, this year, and your mom is the spokeswoman for that. She loves the pole, man. So, all right. We got 7 to go. I got to get to the bottom line here soon and fast. Muhammad Ali 3 laps down. Okay, Harry Balls is coming. I'm going to try to get behind Harry Balls. No, Bret Hart is there. I'm in trouble now. I've gone from laying in the cut to just like dying in the cut. I do want to somehow get behind Bret Hart, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to get pushed all the way to the back of this line and finish like 90th. Your only way to the front is the bottom line, and we're still about 2 laps from getting there. Just unfortunate. Now we got to wonder if Chuck Nolan's going to come into play here at the end. If he's a wounded duck off the field, he might bunch up the field here at the end. Man, this sucks. I was hoping I was going to win. I'm getting pushed back to like 39th right now. I need some kind of a bobble. I need something. It feels just so tight that it's not going to happen. Oh, Wendy Peppercorn, what a power move. I was trying to get behind Bob Ross, and I had to touch my brakes in order to try to get behind him, and she said, "Nuh-uh." All right, here we go. All right, I got 5 laps to do this. I'm on the bottom line. Jules Winfield's pushing me. I got Speedy Gonzalez. If there's somebody you want to be with right now, it's Speedy Gonzalez. The 2 R.A. Kaiser cars right here. Oh, we got 4 wide here. Be careful. Do we? I think we got 4 wide. They're touching, I believe. That was close. That's why I wanted to be with Speedy Gonzalez, man. He's humming right now. Jules Winfield, you gotta think he's wounded. I don't know how the hell he's not. He was in the air, literally in the air, on that Betty Rubble wreck. We still have Chuck Nolan to worry about. We got 3 to go at the line coming up here. Bret the Hitman Hart. He's protecting his line, man. Tell you what, I don't see Chuck Nolan out in the distance. I don't think the field's he's gonna affect the end of this race. Looks like that's Sally Ride right now in the lead. Hot stuff. Oh, Chuck Nolan is entering turn 3 right now. The field is going to, I believe they're gonna get to him by the end of the race. This is just hot, intense stuff. And we're coming up on 2 to go. Andre the Giant will take us home here with 2 to go. Andre, what do you got?
I don't know, man. Kind of doing this blind. Sally Ride still in the lead here. Gumby up there, or Dale Earnhardt is, the restrictor plate whisperer for Jennifer L. is in the lead. Gumby up there, Bart Simpson, Whitney Houston, Harry Balls up there. But yeah, I believe Harry Balls is in the top line. Dale Earnhardt in the bottom line. We're going to be coming to 1 to go, and the field is going to be coming up on Chuck Nolan. This is going to be tough. Bob Ross, power move here. But can the field move Dale Earnhardt out of the way? Does Gumby have something for him? Does Harry Balls have something for him? We got John McClane, Speedy Gonzalez, Willie Shakespeare up here. And we got the white flag. We're coming up. This is intense. This is hot. This is as hot as it gets on the internet. Dale Earnhardt not letting Speedy Gonzalez get under him here, but this is going to be intense. This is going to be wild. Chuck Nolan, are we going to... is the field going to... Speedy Gonzalez makes a move on Dale Earnhardt. Do you believe this? Will Speedy Gonzalez win the Daytona 500, or will Chuck Nolan mess this up? Chuck Nolan's car is beat up. This bottom line is going to get slowed up here. Wayne, I hope you're okay. Chuck Nolan using the lap car of Rick Mass as a pick. Of Chuck Nolan as a pick. Dale Earnhardt's not going to win. Speedy Gonzalez and wow, Benedict Arnold. The two R.A. Kaiser cars finished 1-2. Chuck Nolan did have an impact on this race, but I think that was Speedy Gonzalez's race to win there, Wayne. What did you finish, Wayne? 4th. Not bad.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, definitely a lot of fun there at the end of the race. We had Speedy Gonzalez get the win there. Andre was all over the place calling that. Just high intensity there at the end. Dale Earnhardt ended up finishing P3. I finished P4. Bob Ross, the pole sitter, ended up finishing top 10. Harry Balls and Robin Hood, both for CMR21, finished in the top 10. That's good. And then, I can just say everybody's name here. But nothing really big sticking out here. John McClane and Bob Ross are both owned by Filski 24, so they both are up there. And there's just a lot of it's just a lot of things to keep track of. And I can't do everything on the fly. The big thing here in the back half is Harry Carey. I think in those last 10, 12 laps ago, Harry Carey was in the lead. And he ends up finishing P34 at the very end of at the very back of the pack. Yeah, it was a fun end to the race, but just not a lot to talk about here. Chuck Nolan had an impact on the race, but it actually ended up finishing ahead of the Crocodile Hunter, Steve Irwin, who passed Jerry Punch on that restart, which that restart was mucked up anyway. Those cars were hanging back. Something weird was going on. Muhammad Ali had a flash on pit road that I tried to show, so he ended up 3 laps down. Paul Revere and Betty Rubble, of course, were involved in that wreck. And then finally, the bonus points. Larry Bird led the most laps, 10 laps. He gets an extra bonus point on top of the bonus point you get for leading a lap. All these cars here obviously led a lap. And you look at the 3 fastest laps of the race: Walter White, Harry Balls, and Speedy Gonzalez. Speedy Gonzalez. He basically gets 50 points this race. I mean, he gets the 49 for winning, and if you win, you lead a lap, so you just automatically get 49, and you can get 50 if you lead the most laps. But in our new system, you can get 51 because you can also get 50 points for being one of the 3 fastest laps, which he did here. And then if you lead the most laps, you get 51 points. But that does it. Some programming notes. I don't know. just getting back into the saddle here. Probably made some mistakes. Just trying to streamline things. I'm gonna mess with the graphics Not the ESPN graphics; those are gonna stay, but just the little like the orange transition and the zapping and shit. I don't know. Just trying to have some fun with stuff, and we'll see how it goes. And I've bumped the sound up overall. But yeah, and I have notes on other stuff I gotta do. I gotta change the blimp, the night blimp to the Pennzoil because we're going to Richmond next. Race 2 of 30, and of course this field gets flipped. So if you finished 40th here, if you're Betty Rubble and B Spinney, guess what? Betty Rubble on the pole at Richmond. It's gonna be a fun time under the lights on the short track. That is the next race. It's fun to be back. Hope you enjoyed the race, and see you at Richmond.